triathlon exhaustion, 7:10. First up, Norfolk for British F3.
Welcome to Snetterton in Norfolk for rounds 7, 8 and 9 of the British Formula 3 Championship. Now this circuit has a reputation for being very fast and boasts two of the longest straights in the country. Now last time out around the mighty Silverstone Grand Prix track, the good old British weather really wasn't playing fair in the races. Here's Martin Haven to remind us.
The first race was seriously wet. While trying to race each other with almost zero visibility, just staying on track proved a challenge. In places, the puddles were more like lakes, forcing the cars to twitch and aquaplane.
The car and the track is really wet, and it's literally driving a boat.
It was probably my first proper wet race. I mean, there was rivers going across. So just on the start, we started on the safety car. And once they threw the green flag, I couldn't see. I was just going flat and guessing when cops was coming.
In the Silverstone race one, it's like big rain, heavy rain, and in the straight, sometimes it not full throttle. And for me, it's the worst time I have ever had in the rain.
For me, it's very tough, and I don't have any experience on the car on the wet, so for me it's just like completely loose.
Incredibly, everyone managed to stay on track. Igor Orodchev claiming the win. Race 2 started dry. The start was still dramatic, Orodchev colliding with Andy Chang in the first corner. It wasn't long before the weather played its joker again. The rain arrived, Cameron Kaminski spinning off in the damp conditions. That created a dilemma for the drivers. Peterlee and Matt Rao dived in to change tyres, but the leaders stayed out, trying to hang on an increasingly wet track. Ironically, Matt Rao may have helped Marvin Kirchhoff to victory after pitting. His wheel came off, leaving him in a dangerous position, forcing out the red flags.
Dan, our team boss and engineer, worked it all out and figured, yeah, we can do it and we can win the race. Unfortunately, there was a bit of a tricycle error, and we're still not quite sure what happens, but it looks like a malfunction in the wheel nut or something like that, and it just fell off.
In race 3, it finally stayed dry. Marvin Kirchhoff took his second win, with Martin Chow finishing second again, setting what has to be some kind of consistency record, with 6 second-place finishes in the first 6 races of the year.
I'm pretty much sure I need to get a win done by this weekend in Snetterton, and consistency is key, but still I need to be pushing harder to get a win done.
Well, wins may not be that important. His consistency sees Martin Chow sitting at the top of the leaderboard, ahead of a tight battle led by teammate Matt Rao. This weekend, Rockingham winner Sam MacLeod returns to the series, and he should be right in the hunt for victory.
So I've been contesting the German F3 Championship, which has been going pretty well. Had a few wins, a few fastest laps, and the pace has been very strong. So I've done 3 rounds of that since you last saw me. Now back here at sunny Snetterton, ready for the second round of this championship, or my second round of this championship.
So for race 1 here at Snetterton, it's a strong return to the series for Sam MacLeod, who takes pole position from, guess who? Well, it can only be Martin Chow in second.
Round 7 of the Cooper Tyres British Formula 3 Championship. Sam MacLeod, the fastest man in qualifying, and he sits on pole position. Martin Chow, though, with 6 second places, the championship leader, surely must be looking to try and win one this weekend and break that run. Here's the view from fourth on the grid with Peter Lee, Matt Brow on the right-hand side. 5-second board and then the lights come on in front of us. So put yourself in his position. Revs rising, all little creep from MacLeod. He just stopped in time, I think. Not a great getaway from Andy Chang, but teammate Cameron Kaminski, when launching by, he's already got by Peter Lee. Up into fourth place at the first turn as Sam MacLeod leads. Martin Chow in second place with the red helmet, the Angry Birds livery. Trying to go the long way round the outside, that's ambitious, leaves the door open and has to shut it on Matt Rao, who sees the danger, gets his nose wing out of the way with Cameron Kaminski. Fourth place here. First left-hander, named after Jonathan Palmer, man who owns this circuit, runs MSV, owns Snetterton, Brands Hatch, Holton Park. Into Agostini's tight left-handed hairpin. Oh, and a big handful of opposite lock there from Peter Lee, offline, trying to chase the throttle to keep Andy Chang behind him. Didn't work, and Chang goes off immediately, and the track spits him back on the opposite side. Get Hamilton's wrong, and you will pay for it. MacLeod out of Williams and onto the Bentley straight. MacLeod, the red, white and green, his Fortec teammates behind him, and Andy Chang has rejoined. Well, kept the engine alive, well done. Not the easiest thing when these cars are spinning. Turns in, oh, had to take a second look at Hamilton's as he turned in. It is a quick left-hander. That was never going well, was it? Kept it alive and rejoined. Well done. Race battle for the lead then is on between Sam MacLeod and Martin Chow. Matt Rao in third, ahead of Cameron Kaminski, 20-year-old from the USA. On board with Kaminski. So Fortec Racing 1, 2, 3. Double R in fourth and fifth positions. On board with Kaminski. Let's take a look at the start. Lights off. Now go! Oh, controlled the wheel spin superbly. Really good reactions. He might have a future in drag racing, this boy. Re-establishing himself as the benchmark in British Formula 3 here in the first race at Snetterton. Double winner from Rockingham, Sam MacLeod, in only his fourth start in British F3, makes it win number 3. Martin Chow again in second place. That's his 7th consecutive runner-up finish. Well, confirmation of the result, it's a Fortec lockout. Matt Rao third, Martin Chow second, but our happy winner, Sam MacLeod.
So I've got 3 wins in this championship now, which is more than I've got in the German. But it was a good race. Martin put a lot of pressure on us at the start, but managed to hold our own and come good in the middle of the race, build a big gap, and then cruise the last few laps to take the win.
Congratulations to Sam MacLeod on the win. Can he do it again for race 2? We'll find out after the break.
We've got you. You belong to me.
They've signed up to the Royal Marines, and there's no going back.
This is where we will make you into a decent soldier.
You give 100% all the time, and you still don't meet the mark.
Get in there!
There's going to be guys that struggle, and there's going to be guys that thrive.
Yeah, are we keeping you awake?
An intimate look at the intense journey.
This is pathetic. Speed it up!
From raw recruit...
I've been told off 3 times today for smiling.
...to trained Marine.
20 press up, hurry up!
Why aren't you anywhere near your weapon?
There's only one green beret, and that is the standard that we set.
Royal Marines Commando School begins 14th of July on 4.
Can't stand the idea of losing because to me that equals death.
One of sport's greatest fallen idols.
UCI will ban Lance Armstrong from cycling.
Filmed over years exclusively by an Oscar-winning director.
When the truth came out, he agreed to sit down one more time.
I certainly was very confident that I would never be caught. I can emphatically say I'm not on drugs.
We discover the sheer scale of his deception.
He was an immensely intimidating person.
You are not worth the chair that you're sitting on.
You crossed him, you were doomed.
There are people who have really been ruined.
The real nature and the real detail of the story. We haven't heard it yet.
The Armstrong Lie, tomorrow at 9 on 4.
You're looking at Cameron Kaminski, the man in second here for the second race at Snetterton. I've got to tell you, The conditions look terrific for racing. Slightly overcast, a little bit of a breeze, but the track looks in top order. Now, who is on pole? Well, it's Peter Lee, and he will be looking to make the absolute best of this reverse grid.
Round 8 of the Cooper Tires British Formula 3 Championship with Peter Lee on pole position, Cameron Kaminski alongside, Lee creeping. Red lights are on. This is a long hold in the way they go, and it doesn't box Kaminski at all. He is still making a great getaway, and he will be clear of Peter Lee long before the braking area. In fact, he doesn't brake, he just turns in to Rich's the first corner. Another great getaway, and Cameron Kaminski leads Peter Lee in second place as they come down to the Montreal hairpin. Making a little adjustment to his brake balance there as they come down the gearbox, and a battle for third. MacLeod just holds off teammate Martin Chow, the two red and white cars. Great opportunity here though for Cameron Kaminski. He'll have Peter Lee defending against the Fortec trio who run third, fourth and fifth, but not for long as MacLeod sends it up the inside. First opportunity into Agostini's. It's the second hairpin on the lap, and it's a definite overtaking opportunity. Peter Lee now trying to defend, gets it into Hamilton's and neatly on the exit, checks the mirrors. Into Oggies. Oh, drifts a little wide, missed the apex there. And that means he's not going to carry the speed he wants. Out of Williams and onto the back straight. And 57, Martin Chow is right behind him. Checks his mirror. He's going to stay driver's left as long as he dares. Try and prevent Chow coming down the left-hand side, the inside line. Now he's on the racing line. She's got a good run going there, but just grabbed the gear a little late, I think, as he was braking too deep, and Martin Chow has gone by him into Brundle and Nelson. So Chow now up to third, through the bomb hole with Lee. And it is still Cameron Kaminski that leads the race in the white and blue car from RR Racing. There is Martin Chow in third place. Well, third would be different from second, I suppose, but progress in the wrong direction for him. Peter Lee comes across the line in fourth place at the end of a busy first lap. He'd been demoted to fourth before they got to the line from the front of the grid. Oh, and kicking up the dirt there is Martin Chow, who's in the middle of the road and meandering as they get to the hairpin. Well, that allows Peter Lee to close right up, and behind Lee as well, though you can't see him in the mirrors at the moment, is Sam MacLeod, our Race 1 winner. Checks the mirror, he knows MacLeod is there, and he's staying left down to Agostini's, but when he moves over to the racing line, MacLeod also stays left, and through he goes. So he's up to fourth, Lee down to fifth position now, but Lee almost had a stab at third as Martin Chow went wide. Take a look, gets very wide out of Ritchie's, bounces across the rough outfield, and just about gets it back under control. Dirty tyres won't have helped him braking for the hairpin either. Across the line they streak, and somebody is being warned. Black and white flag there for car number 8, that's Andy Chang, and that'll be for exceeding the track limits. And that was probably out of Williams and onto the straight. Well, no dramas for him here at Ritchie's, the first corner. There's dust, and off is Peter Lee, and he has reached the farmer's fresh crops. That's how far he's gone off. Wild moment. I'm sure he's out of the race. On board with Peter Lee then, into Ritchie's. Turns in okay. Oh, and then there's a twitch and the car just breaks away, and this is a long looping spin. And off he goes into the fields. Well, he's not the first, and he won't be the last to go off there. Battle for second at the hairpin. Sam MacLeod trying to go around the outside of Martin Chow, who fights back, and too much power too soon, spins the car. Now he's got it going again. MacLeod went by. Now what's happened? Chow has stopped. And there is no engine. Oh, the Fortec team can't believe it. There's only one rule, don't hit the other Fortec cars. Let's take a look again. Mistake by Chow. And Sam MacLeod has to go the long way around the outside. There's just about enough room, but Martin Chow got off the corner too wide and spun himself around. I'm afraid that looks like he's out of the race as well. So his series of second place finishes is over. Sam MacLeod really piling the pressure on now, and Cameron Kaminski will have to resist this pretty hard because MacLeod is coming at him with a head of steam. Kaminski with the chance to win his first British F3 race. They stay right down the straight. Who's going to break first for the left-hand side? Well, Kaminski trying not to leave room. He shut the door. No, he hasn't. MacLeod throws it down the inside, across the line of the pit exit, and they are both off. Both cars are off. Cameron Kaminski in a spin. Sam MacLeod also on the grass. I'm sure Matt Rowell flew by. Oh, and Kaminski's lost the engine. He can't believe it. Well, Kaminski thinks he's got this closed. MacLeod comes down the pit exit road, neither of them paying attention to where the corner is, and both go off, watching each other. And as he spins around, look, MacLeod in the background rejoins. It all fell into Matt Rowell's lap. Race 3 at Rockingham, he claimed his first British Formula 3 win. Now, race 2 at Snetterton, he took the lead and ran with it, and the checkered flag awaits. It is win number 2 of the season for Matt Rowell. The 20-year-old from Oxford does it again. Sam MacLeod takes second place. After that lunge for the lead, all went wrong for him. A third trip to the podium this season as Andy Chang equals his best with third place. Sam MacLeod takes second, but Matt Rowell is our happy winner.
That was a crazy, crazy race. I think we got bumped off twice. I had to avoid at least 3 accidents, and yeah, but shows that you have to be there at the end to win it.
I mean, it was a case of survival of the fittest, wasn't it?
Yeah, thank God I'm the fittest though.
Now, just a couple of weeks ago, we saw Daniel Ricciardo take his first win in Formula One, a young driver that has a special place in this paddock, as just 5 years ago, he was right here, battling it out for the British F3 title.
Back in 2009, the Formula 3 paddock was lit up by the arrival of a young Australian with a big smile. Already part of the Red Bull Junior programme, Daniel Ricciardo was tipped as a potential star of the future.
You know, there's quite a few expectations this year with the championship winning team from last season, and with the Red Bull Junior team backing me. They're expecting some top results, and I'm hoping to give them to them.
Daniel made his season debut at Alton Park, immediately showing he meant business by taking 2 back-to-back wins, laying down a marker for his rivals. But it wasn't all plain sailing. He crashed out at Rockingham, his only DNF of the year. His rivals fought back. Renger van der Zande and Ricky Christodoulou claimed wins here at Snetterton. But Ricciardo still managed 2 second places, continuing to rack up the points. The title came down to an international round of the championship at Portimao, Portugal, a race that featured 5 current F1 drivers. Jules Bianchi was the winner on the road. Max Chilton took maximum British championship points, but nothing was to stop Daniel Ricciardo closing down his rivals to claim the 2009 British F3 crown.
Can't quite describe the feeling at the moment, but Carl and have worked hard for this all year, and they produced the goods, and just I'd like to thank them for being the best team yet again, and Red Bull and everyone else who's supported me along the way. It's an amazing feeling.
With the title in his pockets, Daniel finished the year with his final victory at Brands Hatch, celebrating in style. And within 18 months, he was in Formula One on his way to the top of the sport.
Well, it's time for the final race of the day here at Snetterton, and as you can see, the man in second is the man who won the last race, Matt Rowell, and it really meant the world to him, didn't it? How will he get on this time out? Well, with fellow Brit Sam MacLeod just in front of him, this could be an exciting race.
Round 9 of the Coopertage British Formula 3 Championship. Final encounter at Snetterton. Cars on the grid with Sam MacLeod, our Race 1 winner, on pole position, ahead of our Race 2 winner, Matt Rowell. No creeping, away they go, and another lightning start. Marshall there holds his hands up. I don't know what was going on, nor do I. I tell you what though, Cameron Kaminski looking for the lead, does not quite get it. That was a great getaway from 5th place, and actually from 6th on the grid. Martin Chow, 3rd, now lunging for 2nd. Goes to 2nd, or does he? Wheel banging, yes he does. Well, he just gets through. Kaminski in third, Andy Chang up to fourth. He dive-bombed Sam MacLeod's red, white and green car on the inside at the hairpin. So the inside line was a very busy place to be. 2 passes there in that one corner. So Martin Chow, his run of second place finishes was broken with retirement in race 2. He is back in second place as Matt Rao leads the race in front of our championship leader. So Martin Chow, how much frustration will he be feeling after it all went wrong for him in race 2? He was battling with teammate Sam MacLeod, didn't quite get the power on as delicately as required. Let's take a look here though into the hairpin the first time, down the inside, nice clean pass, and right behind the white and blue car of Andy Chang also makes a great inside pass to get by Sam MacLeod. Well, that time there'll be no penalties for Martin Chow. Yellow flags were not flying, unlike in race 2. So it's Matt Rao and Martin Chow, and then the battle for third. The blue car, number 34, Cameron Kaminski, but the long way round the outside is going to work for Sam MacLeod. He got a great run out of the tight left-hander at Murray's. He's going around the outside. This time he gets by Kaminski safely. Dived up the inside in a very wild move in race 2, and they both spun out with no contact, and Andy Chang now up the inside of Cameron Kaminski as well. So is the American rattled all of a sudden? Kaminski has gone from second down to 5th place since the start of this race. Now surely there's no legacy from race 2. Let's take a look again as Chang has a look at the inside, thinks better about it. Kaminski stays out wide, and Chang goes, well, if the door's that wide open, it'd be churlish to refuse. Lead trio all together, car number 7, Matt Rao, now being caught by Martin Chow and Sam MacLeod, his Fortec teammates. This is the reverse of their finishing order from race 1. And down to the hairpin, and here comes Chow, too far behind to make that work, surely. Matt Rao throws his hands up. Where did he come from? Bit of shouting and finger pointing going on between the teammates. And look at the left front wheel on Martin Chow's car on the left. Look, that's absolutely hanging off. So safety car is being scrambled. They're going to have to drag Chow's car out of the way. But I wonder if Matt Rao's is all okay. Yes, it looks like it is. He rejoins. Is he going to the pits? Front wings astray. On board with the race leader. Down into the hairpin. Turns in, nice late apex, and then suddenly, bang, torpedoed from behind. And Sam MacLeod's already gone by the time he's turned around. Battle for third, and the recovering Matt Rao all over the back of Cameron Kaminski, dives to the inside, and with that damaged front wing, has he got the grip to get through? Yes, he does. Well, he may not have the car that he wants, but he's got the motivation. And look at that, Peter Lee having a little sniff at the back of Cameron Kaminski in the number 1 car. Thinks better of turning in that late inside him, though. Well, on board with Matt Rao. Kaminski and Rao both stay right, and then at the last moment, Rao sends it up the inside. Good move and well controlled with limited front end grip. Last chance now for Matt Rao in car number 7. Andy Chang in front is heading to his best Formula 3 result as Sam MacLeod exits Coram to head to the checkered flag and win for the 4th time this year. And MacLeod has had a little bit of an up and down weekend, but he has turned it around in this race, and he is heading to win number 4 of the season from just 6 starts, and Andy Chang behind him will take second ahead of a jubilant Matt Rao in third. Matt Rao third despite that damaged nose wing, and the time lost meant the win went astray. Andy Chang best season's result in second, but Sam MacLeod the winner despite that dodgy start.
I had an issue with the handbrake on the car, so I had a pretty bad getaway, but then picked off, I think I fell down to 5th, picked off 2 places, came back, caught up to the top 2, and then I could see that something was going to happen. I just had to be in a position to capitalize, and I was there, got the lead. The safety car, I rode the lead, but then with clean air, it's easy to build up a big gap, and then just the last lap, keep it quite easy.
Sam MacLeod moves from 6th place to 2nd in the points. The top 3 now separated by just 10 as Martin Chow continues to lead. But Snetterton has had a major effect on the championship.
All together, please, guys.
Well, we're used to British Formula 3 delivering some dramatic racing, and my goodness, this season really is proving that. Congratulations, of course, to Sam MacLeod. He's the big winner of the weekend from here at Snetterton with 2 wins out of the 3 races. Can he continue his form after the mid-season break as the teams head across the channel to Belgium and the awesome Spa circuit? We'll see you there.
What if I were to tell you that I've been on the run? Chased by a shadowy organisation who control governments and whose objective was to sterilise the world.
It's all over now. They're starting again. They're going to do a Nagasaki with a flu virus.
I want you back.
I've come to find you.
Why?
This is not going how I imagined it would.
You're all going to die.
There'll be no more than 500 million people on this planet. What have you got a gun for?
It's for shooting people.
Utopia starts with a double bill over 2 nights on 4.
It's been 97 years since a nuclear apocalypse. Fortunately, there were survivors. We will be tested by the Earth, by the secrets it hides, and most of all, by each other. We're not alone.
We can take care of ourselves.
Can we?
I guess we're gonna have to get used to people dying down here.
They're gonna kill more people, aren't they?
Here, we do whatever the hell we want.
The 100, brand new US drama, starts Monday at 9 on E4.
We've got you. You belong to me.
They've signed up to the Royal Marines, and there's no going back.
This is where we will make you into a decent soldier.
You give 100% all the time, and you still don't meet the mark.
Get in there!
There's going to be guys that struggle, and there's going to be guys that thrive.
Yeah, are we keeping you awake?
An intimate look at the intense journey.
This is pathetic. Speed it up!
From raw recruit
I've been told off 3 times today for smiling.
to trained Marine.
20 breaths up, hurry up!
Why aren't you anywhere near your weapon?
There's only one green beret, and that is the standard that we set.
Royal Marines Commando School begins 14th of July on 4.
Don't miss today's Sunday brunch when US Chat Show host Chelsea Handler will be here. Plus, we'll be joined by comedians Rhys Darby, Terry Minos and Joe Harley. Nicole Scherzinger will be dropping in to perform her new single, and Mr Timothy Lovejoy will be back too. I've missed him. Sunday brunch today, 9:30, Channel 4.
Early comedy, How I Met Your